What's good, Royalty Squad? I'm your host, Prince P, and we are back with another video, y'all. Man, we back with the Reddit stories, but this time we're gonna be the subreddit called
Aye, Captain! I can't hear you!
Nah, man, this is when, and you see the title right there, you see the little description right there, next to me, to the right, not the left, to the right. It said, well, it's kind of up there, but I'll read it for you. A place where it's obvious OP is the a-hole. Ooh, I got 5 stories for y'all, okay? So if you do enjoy this video, make sure to like button, subscribe as well. Helps the channel a ton. Let's begin, y'all. All right, y'all. First story. Boyfriend kicked me out the morning after sex. Ooh. Boyfriend kicked me out the morning after sex, even though we made plans for the day. Did I screw up, or is he being immature and stonewalling me? Edit. I'm trying to respond to everyone and will do my best, but this got a lot of comments. Sorry, this is gonna be long. Jesus, bro. How long is this story? Okay. Damn, why? Bro, you could be writing a book, but instead you want to write this. Damn. And I'm gonna paraphrase some of this stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't reading everything. Basically, he goes to her for 72 plus hours. And she don't know if he's being immature and abusive or if they screwed up. I don't know how you would not know. Okay, you got it. My boyfriend, 40 male, and I, 36 female, have been dating for 8 months, and to this point have been wonderful. He's kind, thoughtful, caring, funny, smart, responsible, has his ish together, and basically all the things most of my exes weren't. This is a throwaway account because we follow each other, by the way. Yeah, see, you're already a red flag. This is what I mean, bro. A woman not allowed to post Reddit stories, dog. Relationship's done. Why talk to randoms instead of just going to it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I ain't messing with him, but whatever. Bit of a backstory. He was married for 15 years, and this is only his second relationship since divorce. He has been generous about letting me stay over, keep things here, even stock the kitchen with snacks I like. In the bathroom with some of my products that he noticed I used. But he's been firm that he does not want to live with a significant other again. He doesn't talk much about his ex or disparage her, but it sounds like she complained a lot about how he did housework and not being up to her standards. Ooh, or him not doing enough. Pretty common complaint, sadly, but I haven't seen any of that. What he has said though is that he never wants to put a woman in position again where she doesn't have her own space to go to, and never wants to feel like she has to clean up after him or take care of him. Fine in theory, but I really wouldn't mind doing some of that for him. Well, I mean, that's just not something he wants. This is what I mean, bro. Let's cut it out right here. He's really pointing out his, like, how do we say it? Like his end of the bargain. Like, hey, we can do this, but here's some of the things I'm just not cool with doing. And you're like, oh, well, I would really be cool with doing it too. But like, then why are you with him if you know you don't want to? This is what I mean, bro. Y'all gotta use the same logic when this dude's wifing up strippers and all that. Hey, you mad she acting like a stripper, but she a stripper. She a hoe. Let her do her whole stuff. You wife that up. Why would you wife that up? You know what I mean? So why you even win this, dog? Why are you doing this? Anyway, he invited me over for Saturday of Memorial Day weekend to spend some time together. And he said he would grill and make some homemade ice cream for me. So I offered to make a couple of side dishes for him. I also asked if he wanted me to come over and spend Friday night. We've been having now pretty regularly for 4 months, and he was happy to say yes. Friday night went great. We watched a movie, hung out in the hot tub, went to bed, and had great I brought some new lingerie and he liked it very much. Wow, I'm really glad I get to know all this info for real. Saturday morning when I woke up, he was doing laundry because he had washed another set of sheets and pillowcases in case I wanted to stay the night again. He was in the living room watching TV while folding, and I offered help, but he said he didn't mind, so I sat down and watched TV. He was doing a good job for a man for the most part, but I couldn't help but laugh when he got to the fitted sheets. He jokingly said, "It's my nemesis. You think an engineer could figure out a effing fitted sheet?" He just rolled it up, which made me laugh again, and he laughed and said, "If you want pristine fitted sheets, you should be dating a foldologist. But if you have the magic touch, then do you mind folding it?" I laughed and was obviously being playful and picked up the sheet and started folding and jokingly said, "And if you wanted someone to be your mother, you should have stayed with your ex-wife." Why? Like, bro, I'm not even trying to be funny, bro. Like, why joke like that? Like, No, there's certain things that really, like, especially when you just dating, bro. It's just, why even bring up the exes, dog? Like, yeah, if you really wanted someone who could do that, you should just stay with your ex. Bro, you obviously know there's a reason he's not talking about it. It obviously hurt him in a certain way where he just don't feel comfortable doing certain things. Even the way, yeah, you understood that. Why even say, that's just weird. Like, it's not even coming to my head to go to my, hey, yo, you should just stay with your ex if you really want to. Like, that's weird. I don't get it, bro. You wanted a reaction. Finished the folding it and set it down. When I looked up, he had this look on his face like I had slapped him. I immediately said, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Got up and hugged him, but he took a step back and put his hands up in a don't touch me way. I really meant the comments as a haha, your ex was ridiculous way, but he obviously took it wrong. Obviously you're joking, but like, there's certain jokes. Why even do that, bro? Why? It's just weird. That's just weird. That's just really weird. Like, I don't know. If someone I know, if I'm dating someone who obviously feels weird even talking about their ex, I'm not gonna bring it up like in a joking matter. Like, haha, yeah, should I go back to them? Obviously, they're not with them for a reason. They don't even want to talk about it. What is you on, bucko? Then he said he wanted to be alone and he asked me to leave. I told him I was joking, said, what about the plans we made? He said he would make ice cream another time, but that what I said really hurt him and he wanted some time and space to process it. He had told me before that sometimes he is a slow processor with emotions. I apologized and tried to hug him again and again, stepped back, just calmly said, I'm sorry, but this is my home and right now I don't want you in it. Well, that really hurt me, so I kind of dropped back onto the couch, started tearing up. Who cares about your tears? I'm not gonna lie. You obviously know you hurt the dude and you want to go, why don't you, no disrespect, do that in your car. I'm not even trying to, like, do that in your car. Not even, but like, you know what I mean? Like when you do, and I'm not saying she intentionally did something wrong, but you did something wrong to this dude and you want like sympathy now. Like, he said, I'm sorry if I caught you off guard. And I said, well, yeah, of course it did. But instead of acknowledging it, he just kept going and said, I understand if you want to take some time before you leave, so I'm going to take a long shower. Please let yourself out after you've taken some time, but respect me enough to be gone when I get out. Ooh. Hey, man, he did ask you to leave and you still in the crib. Like, no disrespect. Dip. You feel me? Dip. And with that, he went into the bedroom and locked the door. I heard the shower come on and I just burst into tears. I was really falling for this man, but I felt so unwanted and disrespected and unloved in that moment. I sent him some text trying to explain and apologize, but after about 30 minutes, I could still hear the shower going. I knocked on the bedroom. Didn't he say dip, bro? Oh my God, I promise you this is not helping. When someone tells you to leave, they don't want to tell you for a third time. Come on now. What the heck? I knocked on the bedroom door hoping he'd hear it so I could say goodbye, but no luck, so I just gave up and left. He never responded to any of the texts, and I tried calling him that evening twice, but he never answered. I sent him a long test of bedtime. He responded, but didn't even acknowledge anything I said. He just wrote, thank you for letting me know you made it home safely. I do genuinely appreciate that. That's it. No support, no acknowledgement, no kindness, no apologies for how hurt I feel. Okay, no disrespect. I don't think you understand. Your feelings are well, no, they don't matter right now. No disrespect. If I wronged my girlfriend, but like, I don't like the way she reacted, the way I wronged her, it doesn't mean I get to go, oh my God, like, you didn't even acknowledge what you did to me, so like, no. If you're apologizing because you think you did wrong or you know you did wrong. You're not doing it so you could get your little validation from him. Like, what is we doing, Swan? What are we doing? At this point, I was starting to get flashbacks of the guys who had been so abusive and toxic and manipulative. But I tried to forget it and give him space to let him sleep on it. I think I felt extra hurt because I had gone out on a limb with the sexy lingerie just one night before and was remembering how it felt. And to feel like a man is using you for sex and then throws you away. That's not what's happening. He did not care. It did not treat you like anything until you said those weird ass phrases. Why are you trying to gaslight yourself? Come on now, get some help. Sunday, I tried to keep the text to a minimum and didn't hear a word from him. Though I know he was on his phone because I saw he did have time to post about video games and lawn care on Reddit. Monday, I texted him a couple of times, but again, not a peep. Then this morning before work, I sent him a text just saying, "What the F, dude? Are you really ghosting me after 8 months?" No response until lunchtime, over 72 hours after he kicked me out and just texted, "I really do hope you have a good day at work. I have a therapy session Thursday. I'll probably reach out later in the week." Probably. The problem is I still really like him. I think I even love him, but this just feels so immature and borderline abusive. But then part of me starts to doubt myself and I start to worry that I may have effed up the best relationship I had ever had to that point. I'm just a mess right now and don't trust myself and don't know what to do. Am I crazy? Any thoughts on what I should do, should or shouldn't do? Should I just end it or should I try to fix things? I think you should give him space, and if you can't handle the space, then you should dip. That's my opinion. I feel like, no disrespect, this post is a little bit self-absorbed. And the way I'm saying it is because, granted, okay, I do not like the way he did react. Ghosting after how long? It was a few days. Sunday, Monday. Okay. That was like probably 3 days. Yeah. Or she said 72 hours. So yeah, 3 days. Hopefully, if my math's not right. Wrong? Right? Wrong? Right? Wrong? Hey. Yeah, I think it's 3. But 3 days. So 3 days. He probably just needs some time to get to his therapy session. Because again, you really don't know what went on in his past relationship. And you kind of open some wounds. You talking about this is super immature, well, and borderline abusive. No. You talking about he's abusive you now because he kicked you out after you hurt him. That is immature. That's just, come on now. Like, honestly, even the way you think, like, I get it, because you could be unsure about a relationship. Oh my God, this shit is beating me in the eyes, bro. This beating me in the eyes, y'all. Like, I used to, let me, but essentially, y'all, I just think I wish he would have reflected more on how she reacted or why he would even react like that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when you get into like a relationship, you got to realize you got to be careful. Some of the things you say, you don't want to hurt your partner. If they have trauma, or we all have a little bit of stuff we going through from the past, but like if you trigger something like that and they don't feel comfortable being around you for that moment, take it to the chin. Sometimes you gotta take the L. And as painful as it is to you, it probably pains them even more. But let's see what the comments are saying though, y'all. And if you want someone to be your mother, you should have stayed with your ex-wife. LOL, holy ash. If something like that came out of my mouth, I'd be on the apology tour like a university after people realized how racist its founders were. I certainly wouldn't be on Reddit. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, that just wasn't funny, dog. And obviously, if your partner laughs at it, cool. But if you see that they're not messing with it, bro, get on the apology tour for real. Because I was like, again, I do think the husband could have maybe handled it better, but I don't know why he, why he felt that, why he was so, you know what I mean? I do believe they should have some discussion, especially after 8 months. You should be able to discuss something like that. But like, he personally wasn't ready, and you opened the wounds that he wasn't ready for. That was in no way a joke about the ex. It's phrased so effing manipulative. She has a bad history of guys ghosting her after X, and is phrasing it that way too, as though nothing at all happened in between. Thank you. That's what I'm like, where did you get that part? You obviously know you did something to him to make him react like that. Jeez. Yo. All right, y'all, they kind of going in on her. I will say again, after 8 months, you should be feeling comfortable enough to talk to your partner about something that is traumatic to you. Me personally. But again, to even put a number on it, sometimes you can't really tell how someone they're going to react, or how when they can release information about their life, especially something that hurts them. Well, let's get to the next story, y'all. Oh, wife has been patronizing. Wife has been patronizing and lying to me for 4 years. I am posting this exclusively to seek advice resolutions. My wife and I have never agreed on household cleanliness, frequency, distribution of tasks. This has been a two-way street. She deems things off the ground as clean. I don't. I think clean is museum level, everything spotless, but I don't do it enough. There's been back and forth of who does that chores or how often, but I would say by mostly her hand, the house stays tidy under her watch and gets super clean when I step in. He sounds like a loser. What I think she doesn't realize, she uses X daily tasks as ammunition in emotional arguments. The only way I've responded is by listening to things I've done. This has now made household tasks both hostile and transactional functions of our house, where each of us have been keeping tabs on each other. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If your woman talking about like that type of stuff, you probably just not putting enough work in the crib, you know what I mean? You talking about the house is spot, I like it, like looking like this, but you're not providing it like that, dog. You gotta be able to clean it up yourself if you have them standards. You want spotless, it better always be spotless in your hands, brother. You feel me? It can't just be, oh, well, she does it, but then, you know, well, I add on my little help, you know what I mean? Spotless now. Nah, we don't want that, John. Rewind about 8 weeks ago. Unfortunately, I've been sucked neck deep into some serious ethical and legal work drama and have been given a precursor that my presence may take a hit. What did you do? Even my presence may take a hit. Like, I do not work out. I do not watch TV. I do not play video games. I do not read. What do you do? I do not have any hobbies. Yeah, that's a red flag. I ain't gonna lie. If you have no hobbies for yourself, change that. Get some hobbies. Read, especially read. If you don't read, bro, at your big age, what are we doing? That's why America ain't, you know what I mean? Ha ha. Go. We bought a new house in March. She was talking about even having another kid just last week. This weekend, my wife has expressed to me that she has been keeping tabs, that I do nothing, that all these years of thank yous and recognitions were patronizing, and she didn't mean it. I haven't done enough for her, and that she wants a divorce. Ooh, I can understand, given the work craziness, why she may feel this way in the moment. But up until this weekend, I had thought she was part of my support structure. I just feel like this is complete freight train and utterly crashed and blindsided. I don't get, I'm not feeling that, because when guys go like, oh, out of nowhere, she just wants a divorce. It don't just come out of nowhere, dog. Especially if like y'all was in love once. You obviously might have stopped doing some stuff and be talking about around the house. I don't think you helping out, buddy. I don't think so. Gotta do more. Help out. Clean. Hey, clean the kitchen for her. You know what I mean? Oh. I want to be 100% crystal clear. I want to positively respond to her feedback and be in service to my wife, who I love very much. That being said, how can I trust that my acts of service are enough if she's already proven she will just patronize me? How do I respond in a way that shows her I want this to work and I'm willing to carve time for acts of service, but I'm extremely hurt by how this has been handled? Yeah, can we get more context? That doesn't tell me anything of why she would want to divorce you, to be honest. Our child is 18 months old. The first 14 months I worked while exclusively caring for our daughter. My wife started a hybrid job about 4 months ago, but we now interchange equally who's at home and who's in office. I change diapers, I feed the baby, I take her on walks, I take her to the doctors, I read to her, etc. Okay. My work is very specialized. I own my own company. Average work week is about 50 hours a week. Sheesh. But I've had multiple weeks of 110 hours at the office. Yeah, what type of job are you doing, dog? That you need to spend multiple weeks of 110 hours at the office. And he even puts, yes, getting a cumulative. Two hours of sleep over the course of 3 days. Sleeping on the couch at the office, no change of clothes type of environment. I wish I could go more into the legal portion of work. Unfortunately, I cannot at this time. What type of job are you doing where you need to do that? No disrespect. That, like, unless you're like a truck driver, even then, I don't like that. That's not, I mean, obviously you gotta do what you gotta do to make bread and help your family out, but dude, I think she sees you. Oh my God. I don't even know how to feel about this because I just feel like I don't know enough information about this because he's definitely in the wrong and he's leaving out information because again, I don't think your wife is just patronizing you. I think she might just be tired of, you know, everything. But like, again, from the way he phrased it, it seems like, oh, I help it out. But how much are you really helping out? What are the real like, ooh, sorry. All right, monitor. What are the real like chores, the schedule y'all have? Like, I don't feel like he explained that enough. That's the issue with this. What the comments saying though? But up until this weekend, I had thought she was a part of my support structure. I think, okay. But up until this weekend, I thought she was my part of my support structure. Well, who the hell was supposed to be hers? He did not talk about a lot of things he did for her. I will say that. And again, I don't think relationships should be transactional, but like you should still want to support your partner. And I didn't see a lot of that from him. So he doesn't clean very often, but views her clean. Okay. Oh, see the way he's phrasing it, I'm thinking he's cleaning consistently too, but he's not cleaning often, but views her cleaning as not good enough. Oh, dude, duh, she don't want to be near you. If every time you doing something and someone always just has a backhanded comment, why would you want that? That sounds miserable. Oh my God, that sounds miserable, bro. You are lame as hell. Yo, thank you, comments, for putting me on game, bro, because I was low-key confused. Like the way I don't know if it was the way you articulated it or what, but like it just seems so, something's not right. Ooh, my head's starting to hurt. Let's do one more story, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make it up to you tomorrow or make another upload. Ow, my head just hurts a lot. My wife will never allow me to leave because of her past. Okay. Recently, I've been more bothered and obsessed than ever about my wife's past. It's strange that this doesn't bother me for a full 5 years until these last few months. Looking at my wife and knowing her for the past 5 years, you never guess her body count was over. Hey man, hot take. Shit. I'm not gonna cap. Dip. Bro, what? How 100+ people? That's disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care what you say, that is gross. Man or woman, that is disgusting to sleep with that many people. That is disgusting. I don't care what you say. Yeah, you're getting shamed. That's weird. That is, oh my God. Bro, and I'm the type of guy like, oh, you got 20, 20's all right. But bro, 100? All right, bro. Hey, man, y'all saying he the devil, bro? Maybe I'm a little devil too, because ain't no way. A few months ago, everything clicked inside my head, and now, retrospective jealousy. Wait. The issue is, though, you've known this for the past, wait, how long? It's strange that this didn't bother me for a full 5 years. So he knew for 5 years. You suck for that. No disrespect. The minute I hear that, we're done. You want to be real with you? Yeah, we're done. 100? Yeah, no. 100? 100. Do you know 100 singular people? You obviously do. You slept with them. That's crazy. Oh my God. We shaming over here. We need to bring back shame, bro. We do. I can't even lie. Yo, brother, I don't know if I'm on your side, but hearing 100+, every time I mention breaking up, she becomes hysterical, anxious, and starts crying. She says it will be impossible for her to find someone like me. She's giving me total control over her life, stating the only thing she won't accept is me leaving. I've reassured her that if she doesn't want me to leave, she has the power to prevent me from doing it. Her well-being is... Okay, I'm sorry, what? Her well-being is too important to me, so I give her that veto power. Still, her past is a constant struggle for me. For someone with strong family and conservative values, her history is very hard to accept. People ask if I'm enjoying the control I have over her, implying it's a power trip. The truth is, she gave me this control. I never asked for it. If she ever wants to leave, she will always be free to do so. When I look at her, I have trouble seeing the woman who has slept with so many losers. When I look at her, I have trouble seeing the woman who slept with so many losers and random dudes she met on dating sites, but it is the same woman That's what troubles me the most. She is so cute, adorable, beautiful, feminine, anxious, and even conservative in many aspects. Obviously not, brother. She definitely not conservative. She will never allow herself to leave the house without me, not even to pick up the mail unless it is delivered directly to the door. Okay, never mind, bro. Damn it, you're making me side with them. Crap. See, I'm trying to help you, my brother. Why are you with her? This is abusive. Let's be honest. She is so locked in with you where she is depending. She even said, don't leave me. Even though my past bothers you, and like any normal person, no disrespect, that'll bother you. Don't leave me. You can do whatever you want. You control everything. That's not a relationship. That's you having a pet at that point. And I'm not treating no partner I'm with that I love like a pet. You know, we ain't Invincible in here. Wait, no, we ain't Omni-Man in here. Yeah, Invincible, he don't do that. Yeah, he don't let his mom do that. But nah, like that's crazy to me. I don't like that though. You should just leave her. You obviously never gonna let go of this thing, which I don't blame you, but like you're never gonna let go of it. So why even do this to yourself and her? She will only open the door if no man is in front of the house. She closed the Instagram account I opened for her because too many guys were DMing her. At the time, I didn't even spy on her. She did it on her own and only told me years later why she closed the account. She is so dedicated to me and will do everything for me. She has trouble being alone for extended periods. I always go to bed a few hours after her because I like spending time on the internet, like writing this Redding post at 2 a.m. She told me that during those hours she has trouble sleeping because I am not next to her. I really can't leave that woman in that state, and frankly, I don't want to either. But her past is so extreme. I know all about it, including some of the very gross details. You're a cuck. You're a cuck. You're a cuck. You're a cuck. She also isn't willing to repudiate her past or say she regrets it because she really doesn't. So I asked her, what would you do in my shoes? You have this perfect wife by your side who has been with you for 5 past years. You love her. She's the most beautiful woman you've ever met, blah, blah, blah. No other woman attracts you, blah, blah, blah. She shares all your passions, blah, blah. Wants no friends other than you and you alone. Her dream is to be with you for all of her waking and even sleeping moments. But she has that horrible past of sleeping with different random dudes. Dating site dudes almost every week for years. What would you do? Okay, first of all, I wouldn't be on Reddit telling my business because that's embarrassing to even tell people. Yeah, I wiped up someone who had 100+ bodies. But no, dude, you're weird. Let's be honest, bro. You don't love her no more. And that's okay if you lost it. You are allowed to stop. You're allowed to break up with someone for whatever reason, as long as it's semi-reasonable. I can't lie. You can't just do it. I woke up. I'm not feeling it. That's a weird thing to say. But like, realistically, bro, you should have just been dipped. And you doing this to her, she needs therapy. She doesn't need someone who can treat her like a slave. She needs therapy. You're not doing nothing right by her. You saying you care about her, well, actually act like it. Break up with her and tell her to get therapy. Because you obviously don't like that. Hey, somebody's going to set the past for what it is. Because some people don't actually care. There are people who like that. They really don't care. You could be a former murderer. They're going to want to wife you still. Or husband you up. That's cool. But the thing is, dog, you obviously not like that. And that is perfectly fine. But you should have had the balls to tell her that straight up. Instead of doing all this where you're basically being abusive. So yeah, you are a devil, and I hope time catch you and God catch you. A retroactive jealousy is just another way to say I'm an asshole with control issues and I'm definitely going to emotionally abuse my partner. I don't agree with that retroactive jealousy, but I do agree with what you said afterwards. He is the a-hole with control issue, and he's definitely gonna, not definitely, he already is. Bro, this is textbook abuse. Abuse does not always have to be hitting, bro. Bro, she is so emotionally attached to him to the point where he doesn't love her. I promise you, no guy who loves a woman is going to talk like this. Respectfully, no, this is weird. And I know the comments gonna be like, it's not crazy. The 100 body not crazy, but it is crazy. So OP is basically taking pride in the fact that his girlfriend is so beaten down that she can't even get her mail on her own. Thank you. That's my thing. This is a broken woman. And you only love her because you know she'll never, ever, ever leave you. If you do love her, that's the only reason. You don't, that's not love. That is not love at all. But yeah, I'm glad they are ripping you a new one, bro. Like, this is crazy. Like, honestly, that sounds to me like a Dom kink thing. Hopefully I'm right and there's no pro and being abused by this man. Sorry to tell you, bro. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. You're actually wrong. That is crazy, though. I did not expect these 3 crazy stories. Alrighty then. But all right, y'all, let's end it off right there. Woo, that was very, very disheartening. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like button, subscribe as well. Helps the channel a ton, a ton, a ton. Comment down below what y'all want me to react to next. I'm out. Peace.